Good evening, everyone. Tonight I'm going to get into Bitcoin liquidity levels, where I think it's going. I covered the stock market yesterday and the macro picture, and today I'm going to go into the USDT dominance and just break it down a little bit and give you a picture from how that's looking as well. So this is essentially the dollars in the crypto market. This is basically stable coins and the dominance, and when it goes up, that means there is more dollars in the market, and once it goes down, that means people are moving dollars into crypto. So you'll see Bitcoin and other cryptos move up in price once this goes down. So you can see this trend line's been holding up, and it's created a huge wedge. Now this trend line's going from 2017, and this wedge has been going from 2022 all the way down. So let's get a little bit closer. So we are looking for USDT dominance to go down, and it's come right up to this trend line, bounced off, rejected, and if I go on the daily here, you can see it's hit this trend line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it's grinding against it. So it looks like this trend line's about to break, and when this trend line breaks, that means price goes up. So just looking at the stablecoin chart, we can see it's very likely money is going to move from stablecoins, dollars, into crypto. So keep that in mind when I start breaking this down and show you the Bitcoin charts next. So along with this, we've got the rejection of the main trend line, and if we open this up, we have on the weekly RSI divergence. Now this means it's a high, a lower high, and a high, and a higher high. So they're going opposite ways. This is going down and this is going up. And this is showing that this chart is going to make a move down. It doesn't tell you when, but it tells you it's going to make a move down. So if we have this in mind when we start analysing this chart, I'll just show you how I'll go through the motions of it. So I'll look at the RSI, we've got divergence. Okay, there's going to be a move coming down soon. What do I look at? Okay, it's right into resistance here on the weekly. Each one of these candles is 1 week. So this is a big, high time frame picture. So you can rely on this more. If you're in the intraday, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 1 hour, they are easily manipulated, but it's very hard to manipulate these big time frame ones. So we've got RSI divergence. We've got price rejected off the main trend line. And if you look here, we have the stochastic RSI at the top starting to roll over. So we have 1, 2, 3, and if we look at the daily, like we said before, we've had multiple touches there. So we've got 4 things that's showing us that it looks like there's about to be a big rotation from dollar into crypto. Now let's keep it on the weekly so we can see the picture in more detail. Now this huge trend line, once this breaks, it's going to go nuclear. But it's come down, it looked like we're getting a break there, but it's a double bottom. See? That's resistance, that's a good level we had marked out, and it came straight into it and bounced off. So we were thinking the trend line was going to be there, because once that trend line goes, price is going to go nuclear. But we got rejected and it popped right up to here, and that was with the same time as Bitcoin started decreasing in price. But if we just look at this trend line, but look what we're forming here. We are forming a descending triangle. Now these patterns break down, especially when they're coming from the top, and this is a huge descending triangle here. So what do we get? If we break this mini trend line here, this will then push price down, because price will start making its way down. And we have 3, 4 things telling us on this chart price is going to come down. So we're going to get a rotation from dollars into crypto, which will pump the price up. Now if price comes down here and breaks this trend line again, brilliant, we're below the main trend line, even better. But if it comes down here again, so price comes down, breaks the trend line, comes into here. Look, we are making a huge descending triangle here. So Bitcoin, all crypto pops up, and you might even get a wee that, And when it does that, that'll be a wee pullback for Bitcoin. So it will look something like this. Boy. Bear with me, guys. So, this dump here will send Bitcoin up. Yeah? So we get price up. Then, this move bounce from here will send Bitcoin down. So we'll get something along the lines of a big move up and then a breather, just like we've had all the way through here. Now, this is the crazy thing. This channel breaks down. Price comes down here again. It's not that we're just going to get a little move in Bitcoin, which you will from that little move there. You'll get a little move up for sure. So there'll be a move up. Now, don't look at price and don't look at time. This is me just being a Picasso in the makings. So we've got the move up, down, and move up. And that follows this move here. But if this breaks down, which this triangle, the majority of the time, this breaks down. And if this breaks down, you are going to get an absolutely monster blow off top on Bitcoin here. So you'll get the boom, 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 and that'll come to the bottom of the triangle, and then from here you're going to get a blast. Because this has broken the major trend and it's broken the descending triangle as well. So that is something on the big picture here that I am eyeing up, and I think I'll just keep this in here just to follow. It'll be funny if that played out. You know, we might just get a breakdown here, and if it breaks down there, we'll just get Bitcoin will just send up. There won't be any pullback. It'll just be a case of dumping down, and that'll be Bitcoin moving up and just sending up, firing. So this is super bullish right now. So you can see what I'm saying here. We've got multiple 3 to 4 indicators, confluences, ideas on this chart that's going to push price down. So let's just take this now and move it into Bitcoin. So we've got Bitcoin here. How is it looking? We've shown how that might look on the weekly. But let's have a look. How are we looking on the Bitcoin chart? We've got Bitcoin bouncing off the RSI support that has supported this entire bull market. Yeah? This entire bull market's been supported by this level. So we've got a bounce off here. We also have the stochastic RSI flipping up. So just like on the dominance for the stable coins, it's just about to trend down. Bitcoin is going to trend up. You see how these charts, they're the inverse of each other, but they're both saying the same thing. Bitcoin's saying it's going to go up. This is going to say it's going to go down. So when you have two charts that are saying the opposite and they are the inverse, that is also a piece of the puzzle. So you're not just using one chart to piece it all together, you're using multiple charts. So we have 3 to 4 things on here, plus we have 3 to 4 things on here, plus we have these charts in sync at opposite ends of each other, just the way we want them. So, bullish picture. On the bigger weekly picture, things are looking good. So let's just dive into daily here and get into the liquidity levels. Now, what I've talked about is, let me just open up this. We have the trend line here. We've got the breakout, and it's starting to bull flag. Now, I said to you, if you've been watching the videos, these tend to break out on day 7, 8, 9. Now we're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Shown here. 6. So this would not surprise me in the slightest, because this is a bull flag. It goes up, bull flags up. This will not surprise me. In the next couple of days we see a breakout here. And we know our liquidity levels from previous times. And you know that 89, I've been calling that for the last couple of weeks. That is the one to go for. So right now, it's a bit boring in the market, but price isn't going anywhere. It's not breaking out, it's not breaking down, it's consolidating, but this is a bullish pattern it's making. This will break up 70% of the time. Now 30% of the time, it might break down. You know, it might, if I just move this down further, it might break down, retest, and then move. And if that's the case, that's the case. But right now, it's making a bull flag, and it is the upside. It wouldn't surprise me the next couple of days it goes like this, something like that. So we've got bullish on the macro and we've got bullish on the daily, which is good. Let's get into the liquidation levels and see how that's looking. Now, before I go into liquidation levels, the only thing I see here now is volume dropping off. This isn't a good sign. So with volume dropping off, we could see a push up to here and then maybe come down, or if things and the flag fails and then pulls down, and from there we get the volume to move up. So that's something just to bear in mind as well. So we need to keep our eye on the volume. Everything else is painting a good picture. We just need to back up with the volume. On the liquidation map, let's see how things are looking. On the daily, roughly the same, shorts and longs. Bigger picture, but here we've got a chunk of change here of the 100x leverage and the 50x leverage. I still think we're going to have to tap them. We're so close to tapping in it. You know, there's still some volume here, so it might come down. It's pretty much evenly balanced. You know, the longs, there is more longs than shorts right now on the 7-day. Let's have a look at the 30-day. But on the 30-day, we have 3.6 billion shorts. What's that one at? That's 86 there. And then that is a huge spike at 86. How much is that? 170 million. Someone's opened a monster short at 100x leverage. Oh wow, they're gonna get done. And then up here, 89. This was the original. So you remember how high these were in last week or so and so. Look at this one, it's just absolutely trumped it. You can see the scale on the left side. See it? 170 million. That's 120 million. So there is no way that's getting out. So that's another piece of information saying, okay, that's at 86, 87. So let's look at our thing. 86, 87. So if it does that, it's broken out. You know, it's got itself here. Let me just move. This is probably going to be more like it. If it comes up to take that pin there, comes and take that, that's around about there. And when price gets to there, I mean, we're already going to have, it's going to be so close to that 89 target that it's a natural move for it to go. It's a path of least resistance to say. I'm just going to start opening up these. You can see that there, the 86,000 coincides with that big massive one. We've got it on our chart there waiting, so things are all lining up. And if we just open up on, let's just see how the 2 weeks looking. Let's look for this 89 and see how things are looking. 87 there, so that's 164 million now, and that's just for one line. So that is, the shorts are building up here. See, these guys, they'll short it, but the market will always hunt down liquidity. And when the market hunts liquidity, I hunt the market, I just track it. And then that's how I make my money. Now up here, look. Up here is 176 million. That's on just one of them as well. So we see price go, let's just zoom in a little bit more here. Let's get into detail here. You just look at it. Now, you can tell a kid here, there's obviously a lot more to trade in, but very simply put, you can see price goes to yellow. First step, second step. Yeah. And we've got all our charts saying the same thing. The only thing we've got is the volume dropping off, but it doesn't mean price can't be pushed up. Price can still push up, it might just drop off from here and then retrace back. So it wouldn't surprise me for a retest of this trend line before moving up. Because what also makes sense here as well is once this breaks out this way, the amount of people that are going to open up longs, it might just come down for that leverage as well. So this is where we always think a couple of steps ahead. So right now people are panicking thinking this is going to go down. We're already thinking, okay, let's just read the charts. The picture is saying it's likely to move up. Once it gets to there, we'll have more pieces of the puzzle, more candlesticks to decide, more liquidation levels to decide. But I can imagine once price breaks this, there's going to be so many people opening long, it might just do a quick flush down to take that before moving up, or it might flush down for the retest here. But all in all, things are looking good, guys. If you haven't watched my video yesterday, watch the video yesterday. I go into detail about the mainstream media pushing the recession narrative, and that peak fear is normally when the market is at the bottom or close to a bottom. So if this is not the bottom, it's either going to come down again, close to it, maybe double bottom it, or it might just go just under it and then go. That's like worst case scenario. You know, everything for me is bullish. We're moving up to 89, and then from 89 we can decide, when we've got more pieces of the puzzle, okay, what's probably the most probable after this. So guys, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I break these charts down in ways that no other YouTuber do. I think I go into a lot more detail. I bring a lot more banged to the video, and yeah, I don't try and keep it from you guys. I just say, right, like, this is how I do it. I don't care. You can watch and listen. I'm not going to try and hold it to myself and be a greedy man, because we're all here to make money at the end of the day. So guys, same time again tomorrow. I'll be back. No, sorry guys. No, I am off for the family get together tomorrow, so I don't know if I'll be posting a video. I probably won't, because I'll be on the road tomorrow. But if I do, I might put out a sneaky one. But if not, I'll be back at the weekend at some point, because I'll be with the family for about 2 days. But you've got this video and you see this is what I'm expecting. So if something goes crazy, I might jump on, but other than that, guys, I'll maybe just put a post on the channel, you know, like just a standard post, not a video. Okay, thanks guys, see you again, cheers, bye.